welcome.
Hi.
What are you interested in talking about today?
I thought I might share with you a little bit about my hobby, which is barbershop.
And fill me in, what is barbershop all about?
Well, I belong to an organization called Sweet Adelines International, and their purpose is the preservation and education of barbershop harmony, which is 4-part a cappella singing. That's actually considered an American art form.
Okay. And what part do you sing?
I sing the lead part, so that's the part that has all of the melody line, the part that's recognizable to most people.
Okay.
And then we also have a bass that sings the low notes, a baritone who sings the harmony parts, and then the tenor sings the high parts.
Okay. Now barbershop, I think people connotate that with men singing. How common is it for women to be doing?
Actually, it's pretty common. Yeah, the men's organization is very large, and the women's organizations worldwide. There's probably, 30 to 40,000 Sweet Adelines worldwide.
Wow.
People from Sweden come to sing, New Zealand, Australia, Europe, England, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So you mentioned you're going to an international competition. What did it take for you to get to that competition?
There's 2 ways you can qualify to go to international competition. One is you can win your region.
Okay.
So there's regional competitions, about 30 of them across the world. All over the world.
So it's not just Wisconsin?
No, it's an international organization, and the regions are usually comprised of 2 to 3 states, depending on how large. Or Texas is 2 regions alone.
Okay.
But you can win your region, or you can be one of the top 10 highest scoring second place quartets. So we actually qualified by the regional winner in our region had a very, very, very high score, like in the 640s.
Okay.
So we actually scored 624, but compared to all the other second place quartets, we were the number 1 second place. So we're going in as what's considered a wild card.
Okay. And where are you traveling to do the competition?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been to Baltimore before?
I have never been to Baltimore.
And have you been to international competitions before?
Yes, I have been to international competition with this quartet. We were at Hawaii last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And then with 2 previous quartets, I've been to Indianapolis, we were Hawaii one other time, Houston, Seattle, so we get to travel.
Also, it sounds like you've been very successful with your singing.
I think so. I mean, I feel lucky to, find 3 other people that are, talented and have coaches that are really good and work with us. So.
Now, what's the name of your quartet?
My quartet's name is Epix, E-P-I-X.
And how did you come up with that name?
It was a typo. We were playing with names, and somebody had talked about epic or epicality, I want to say the word was. We were just tossing names around, and I was emailing them some ideas, and I just typed X and C next to each other on the keyboard, and so I typed the X on X, and I stopped, and I'm like, I kind of like that. So I emailed it to them, and they liked it too.
Oh, cool. So tell me, what does it take to prepare for a big competition like international?
A lot of coaching. You want to get some performances beforehand, like whether it's the chorus, local choruses will have shows and cabarets, so you get hired on to do that. Okay. Obviously, weekly rehearsals at the bare minimum.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a lot leading up to international.
It sounds like a lot of coordination.
It's a lot of coordination.
Okay.
We use Google Docs, not Google Docs, Google Drive, I should say, to keep ourselves coordinated and organized.
Okay, so with this coaching, where do you find singing coaches from?
The choruses in the area, obviously usually the directors are pretty good resources, they're good themselves, but then some of the more infamous or talented coaches across the country and actually around the world, they do a lot of traveling, and of course we'll bring them in. Let's say there's a coach from Florida, and they'll pay them to come and do a retreat weekend, and then they'll let all the quartets in the area know, and if you want, the coach will stay on, early or late, and then you can get a slot with them and coach with them.
So, is that free or?
No. It's probably a good coach is probably going to cost you about $100 an hour.
Wow.
And you usually work 2 to 3 hours with them.
And do you get paid for the performances that you were saying that you do? Or?
Some. You can take paid performances. That's a good way to make money because it's an expensive hobby.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be on a chorus show, I belong to Crosstown Harmony, and they had their cabaret in October.
Yeah.
We didn't charge them for that.
Okay, so you said it's expensive.
Um,
What else are you spending money on?
well, it's a lot of coaching is probably primarily the most expensive.
Okay,
And then music, you have to pay for your music, pay arrangers fees if you have
Wow.
something arranged.
okay,
The clothing costs a lot of money. Travel, just if you're going to like a music school, you have to pay for a hotel room and whatnot. So,
okay,
and
alright, so we're good?